Hey guys and girls, Board Now back with you. On this video I will be talking about the first episode of the new Apple TV thriller series Suspicion. Episode 1 is called Person of Interest. Full spoilers from the start of this review, not too much to spoil really. In this first episode it's mostly just set up stuff. And it's kind of like a mystery whodunit style, although it's not, the crime itself isn't actually a murder, it's a kidnapping. And that's how we open this episode. This opening episode is this character Leo, who's part of like a rich media running family. He's kidnapped from a New York hotel with a few people who are dressed amusingly with masks of the royal family. One of them has the Queen's mask on, which is like really amusing, but they kidnap him and take him. The video goes viral. There's sort of this amusing thing going on where people watching the video seem to think that it's like just a stage thing for like a video and that it's not a real kidnapping, and or maybe it's just a commentary on our times in a way, how we sort of do make light of this stuff. But I think maybe because he's from a rich family that could be a part of it as well. But anyway, the video goes viral and it's now going to be about the investigation, and there's 3 or 4 actually possible suspects who the police take an interest in and apprehend. And Uma Thurman plays the mother of the boy, who's like the head of this family. She's like a media mogul, and she obviously hires like the experts. You get this character played by Noah Emmerich, who people will know from The Americans, Truman Show, a few other things. He plays like the FBI guy, that's Scott Anderson, who's brought in. And there's also the British representatives also working on the case, because the people who they suspect could be involved actually are based in the UK. You've got some characters in London, you've got a character in Oxford, and also a character based in Belfast. So really, as I said, the first episode is mostly set up and you get to know some of the characters and what they're doing in their lives, as well as obviously introducing the sort of the case and what it's going to be about. So the main suspects, we have Adadish, who runs like a family sort of business. It's like a carpeting business, and he's sort of struggling for money to, like, you know, pay for like a potential wedding. Him and his girlfriend want to like settle down and get married, and so he becomes involved in this kind of get rich quick style scheme. That means he's flying out to like New York regularly, so that obviously puts him in New York where the incident happens. You also have this character Tara, who's a teacher at a college in Oxford, and she's played by, I'm never sure how you quite say her name, Elizabeth Hazetage or something like that, who people will know as Gemma Simmons from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's great to see her in something else, because she's really great in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So she plays that part, and she's like, when the episode starts, she is like just flown back from New York, and we get a little bit of a sense of her life. So she has a young daughter, she's like a single mum, and we also see her teaching, and there's certain themes that are poked at. Like with her, there's like this sort of tension between her and like one particular student who, like her, sort of comes from like a northern working class type background, and there's a bit of a heated exchange between them, and Tara seems to think that she is playing on her working class roots a bit, and, you know, making it too easy for the others to like rag on her and stuff. So there's little bits going on there. And then you also have the character of Natalie, who when this episode starts, it's on her wedding day. She's getting ready to be married, and she finds out that her mother sort of has been having money problems, and she's kind of wondering how the mother has been having, has been able to pay for the wedding, considering her financial struggles. The father's out the picture because he's dead. Also, actually, Lydia West plays her sister, and she was in It's a Sin last year, which I really liked, and she's really good. So she plays Natalie's sister. So you've got some drama there with Natalie on her wedding day, where she should be getting ready for the wedding, but instead she gets involved in this whole thing, and she finds out her mother's in debt, and she tries to pay this guy back who the mother owes money to, and it sort of leads you to start seeing that Natalie, there's certain odd things going on with her, where she has like a burner phone, and she has like sort of money like stashed away, and then we get this other character who I think his name's Sean, but he's on a flight, and he sort of looks like maybe the most shady of them, just because at one point there's this loud and obnoxious guy on the flight, and he's like being abusive to like the stewardess and making a scene, and when he tells him to pipe down and he doesn't, he sort of uses like excessive force to sort of get him to pipe down. And his whole thing at the end of the episode is then the police are waiting to arrest him at Belfast Airport, and he sort of goes into the bathroom and puts on the disguise and manages to escape, and he brutally beats down this guy and like steals his like motorcycle and rides off. So that immediately makes him look very sort of shady. But anyway, it's a solid first episode. It's quite enjoyable stuff. I quite like some of the character stuff, some more than others. I like the stuff going on with Tara quite a bit. I think obviously the actress sort of helps, and as I said, there's certain themes going on, like to do with Class Errol. I think also to do with sort of viral stuff and sort of themes there because of this video going viral, and it seems a lot of people are watching it throughout the episode and just treating it as something quite light-hearted, whereas someone's actually being kidnapped, and there's various things. They've obviously cast it well. Uma Thurman's good casting. I think when you see her in that one scene with like the Scott Anderson character, it's quite a good scene. Like she has a good like presence. She's sort of quite icy, but she also plays it as quite vulnerable and mysterious sort of thing, where there could be more than she's letting on sort of thing. So I'm not sure how much she's going to be in it, because she only has like the one scene in this episode, but I obviously really like Noah Emmerich from The Americans, and let's face it, you know, if you want a guy to crack the case, it's Stan Beeman, really. I don't think there's a great deal of style to it, and I don't know if it's sort of because it seems to be like an American-British co-production, and I think maybe that's the thing, that maybe there's not that much money gone into it. I think there's certain moments where there's a bit of a spark. There's sort of like a car chase type thing, which is the scene where Natalie like meets up with this guy who's like the mother sort of owes a debt to, and there's some like funny moments as well. There's definitely a lighter feel to some scenes, which I appreciate in this sort of thing, but there's stuff like her saying, you know, I can't be like killed on, I can't miss my wedding, or I can't be killed on my wedding day. And it's obviously funny because then later on she gets arrested on her wedding day, and it's just this lighter scene of like them literally arresting her as she walks down the aisle and the whole reaction. But that's what the episode builds to, is like the three of them getting arrested. And I say the three of them because obviously Sean evades it because he puts on the disguise and he sort of like sneaks off the plane and then escapes. So Sean avoids getting arrested, whereas the other three get arrested. So by the end of the episode, basically Hidashi, Tara, Natalie and Sean are your four sort of suspects. Like, they're arrested and they're about to be questioned, at least on like suspicion of murder. So that's the setup. I can't really say much more because it is mostly set up, but it's very watchable. It was a very watchable first episode, and obviously it sort of has potential now moving forward. Pretty good cast, strong cast mostly, and we'll have to see how it develops. But a solid first episode, which I enjoyed quite a bit, and yeah, sets up some stuff which makes me want to watch more. So I'm gonna do the next episode. That should be up soon, episode 2 review. But let me know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Please like and subscribe and share me out on social media. Also, you can support me at patreon.com/borednow for some extra contents, as little as $1 a month to get that stuff. And on another, streaming show theme, another new show I've been doing is Pam and Tommy, the new Hulu series. So another like limited series, although I don't know, this might be more than one. But yeah, Pam and Tommy I've made a start on, so you can find the first couple of reviews of that show up on the channel as well. But thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys again soon.